Hey, what is going on, Reed Nation? How are you guys doing? Welcome back to the channel. It's been a while since I've actually posted a non-live stream video, but today I will be talking about something that kind of bothers me. Well, it bothers me a lot when it comes to this women division and how certain things are going to happen. Now, before we get into the video, you're probably expecting me to talk about the Daniel Bryan returning and things like that. All I can say is I'm happy for him, and I can't wait to see what he can do either at WrestleMania or from the future to come as a wrestler. It's super exciting to see somebody like that actually be able to come back and get a reaction that he can get, because he's one of the top the top highest wrestlers that people love to see and want to see again, and I can't wait. He's not overrated. I apologize for saying that. He's paid his dues, and I just really can't wait to see him actually come back in the ring. Now, we have a problem, and this is a huge problem, and I don't think a lot of people have mentioned this at all when it comes to Carmella. Now, recently, from last pay-per-view, I forgot the last pay-per-view. It wasn't Fastlane, was it? I'm not sure. It's kind of hard to remember every single pay-per-view that it goes on around WWE, but the last pay-per-view, around the end of Charlotte's match, Asuka comes out, and Asuka's actually challenging Charlotte instead of challenging Alexa Bliss. Now, Alexa Bliss is going to be fighting Nia Jax at WrestleMania for the Women's Championship, but now on SmackDown it's going to be Asuka versus Charlotte for the SmackDown Women's Championship instead of Asuka versus Alexa. Now, this might seem like a cool thing, a cool match, but on the flip side, we have Carmella, the Money in the Bank champion, or the Money in the Bank holder, the briefcase holder. And the thing about it is, Carmella is going to have to lose her cash in. He's going to lose her Money in the Bank cash in, and that is a huge problem, because we've seen majority of everybody that holds the Money in the briefcase lose them, lately. So it's kind of like a irritating thing to actually see, because when you get the Money in the Bank briefcase, you're supposed to actually cash in and win. And the last time I think we've seen a successful cash in is with Dean Ambrose against so I think Seth Rollins, a returning Seth Rollins that won the WWE Championship in his, I believe, pay-per-view returning match or something like that. So it's kind of been a while since we actually seen somebody actually cash in and win. As you know, the last SmackDown Money in the Bank holder was actually Baron Corbin on the men's side, and he lost his cash in because of John Cena. Now, people hated John Cena for a while because of that, but people got over it. Baron Corbin actually won a title, so it didn't honestly even matter. He actually won titles, not the main titles, but he still won titles. So, congrats on him. But the problem with Carmella is we've seen too many losses with the Money in the Bank briefcase. John Cena has lost one. Damian Sandow, Baron Corbin. I'm trying to think of some other ones. It's a lot of people. It's probably like 4 or 5 people that have lost some cash-ins in the Money in the Bank. It's pretty much ridiculous. The Money in the Bank, if you're a Money in the Bank briefcase holder, you should be able to cash in successfully at most of the times. I really wanted to see her do a type of Seth Rollins WrestleMania cash in, but now it has been rumored that she's gonna cash in at WrestleMania, but she's gonna lose against Asuka, which is terrible. My fact of idea that I actually want to see is actually Carmella go to Raw and cash in on either Nia or Alexa, whoever wins that match. But the problem with that is you have to build another storyline, which I don't know if WWE wants to do. Plus, another problem is that the briefcase she is holding is actually a SmackDown's women's briefcase. Now, I don't know if it would change if she switches to a different show. I don't know if that's gonna change, but in my perspective, this is kind of like, wow. I guess this is gonna be weird, because I really want Carmella to cash in successfully, and they've been holding out for her cash in for almost a year, because she got the Money in the Bank briefcase. Well, I wouldn't say a full year, but she's had the Money in the Bank briefcase, I believe, before the summer, if I'm correct. If I'm not, then you can always say I'm not in the down below and tell me which day she got it. But she's held the Money in the Bank for so long, and for her to just lose it just like from a snap of my fingers, it's gonna be kind of sad. Now, Carmella's already mentioned that she doesn't mind losing her Money in the Bank briefcase, but you gotta understand, this is the first ever women's Money in the Bank briefcase. It has to mean something. You have to solidify it and make it recognized, like make it able to actually come back, and people will be like, oh yeah, the next person, she's gonna cash in, she's gonna be successful at winning. But if you have Carmella lose, you're gonna just think, oh, the next person is gonna just not, you know, win her briefcase cash in. Now, only reason I'm saying that Carmella's not gonna win is because Asuka's undefeated, and they're trying to build Asuka up as this undefeated superstar character that she was in NXT, and bring it up to the main roster, as which they're doing. I don't mind it, but at the same time, if Asuka would have just stayed on Raw, this would not be an issue, because I guarantee you their plans were for Carmella to cash in on SmackDown, from SmackDown at WrestleMania, and win. I guarantee you that was their big plans, but now it's been switched just because of Asuka going to SmackDown. I understand it, because you want to build the Nia Jax and Alexa Bliss storyline, which I am very happy to see because it's actually pretty good. But I don't want to see Carmella lose the Money in the Bank. I really don't want to see it. Now, there's other ways they can do this. Now they could, because I think Carmella can hold the Money in the Bank probably till before the next Money in the Bank, you know, match. I'm not sure how long she can hold it. You know, I really don't think there's a time limit until the next Money in the Bank pay-per-view. But what I could see is her going to Raw, a surprise, you know, Raw thing. Maybe do a Raw after WrestleMania. She comes in, cashes in on Nia, beats Nia, and wins it, and then Nia ends up maybe next pay-per-view taking it off her. Just give it to like Carmella for at least a month or something, just to know that she cashed in successfully. But at the same time, I think that's a SmackDown Money in the Bank briefcase, and it can't go to different shows, which is very understandable. That's one bad side about the Money in the Bank briefcase that I don't like, is if you know, it should be the Money in the Bank match should actually be a Raw and SmackDown, where Raw and SmackDown superstars actually fight for the Money in the Bank, and then whoever wins it, you know, can either go to a certain show and cash in there. That's how it should really be, but they have it set up to where it's for specific shows, kind of like for specific superstars. But at the same time, if AJ Styles can go to Raw and wrestle, and Asuka can switch back and forth just like John Cena too, there shouldn't be an issue. But you know how WWE is. And that is really what I wanted to discuss. Tell me down below, how do you feel about Carmella? Are you upset that her possibilities of cashing in and losing are very 99% possible that she will cash in at WrestleMania and she will lose? I'm really going to be so disappointed. I think the crowd is, in my opinion, I think the crowd is going to really shit on Asuka if Carmella loses that cash in. Like, I think they are. And now you guys can disagree on me, but I really think that's what's going to happen. Carmella's going to come at the end of the match, try to cash in. She's going to they're going to ring the bell. Asuka's going to hit a move on her, knock her out, hit her with a 1, 2, 3. Or Asuka's going to do like a little submission, make Carmella tap. And the crowd's probably going to super shit on Asuka. Asuka's going to have to end up turning heel. That's what I see happening. But if something else happens, then that's going to be crazy. But all I know is Asuka's streak is not going to be defeated anytime soon. I'm already stating that I feel like Ronda Rousey, after they build her up and do all the stuff they can do with her, she's going to be the one to defeat the streak. Now, I know that kind of sounds like, wow, Ronda. Just like, it makes sense. In my opinion, it makes sense for Ronda to defeat the streak after they build her up to a certain point. But, you know, if Ronda doesn't defeat it, then somebody else, like Ember Moon, if she comes up, she's gonna have to defeat it, because technically Asuka's never lost the NXT Women's Championship. She actually relinquished it, which had Ember Moon on the next pay-per-view take it. So technically they still have a little bit of a feud that they have to finish, and I think Ember Moon could defeat the streak, either Ember Ronda, somebody like that has got to defeat it. But hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. I will be trying to do more updates on how I feel about certain things in the WWE, because a lot of stuff's going on and it's pretty huge. And I will catch you guys later. One love, peace, and I will see you guys in the next video I post. Reed Nation, we're out. Stay blessed. See ya.